Hey there everyone, and welcome to another Factorio mod spotlight. I'm Exterminator, and thank you for joining me today. In this one we are going to be covering the rocket turrets mod. This one is pretty straightforward, at least in vanilla, and as the name might indicate, and you may have guessed, it adds rocket turrets to the game. So a quick note here, in vanilla it does only add the one type of rocket turret. It just adds this one here. Now if you play with like Bob's mods, which the mod portal section on the mod portal for this says that it was very much kind of intended for Bob's mod, but it does of course work in vanilla. Bob's mods, if you have that installed, it will unlock a lot more variety of rocket turrets, so like different levels of them. They will be reskinned and recolored and stuff like that. But if you do want to just play in vanilla, it does add this, which of course is still a new turret. We don't have rocket turrets in vanilla anyway. So it adds the rocket turret here, and it's fairly expensive, probably about the same as a laser turret. It takes steel, gears, circuits, and rocket launchers. And then this may actually be more expensive, but it's still decent. So I have unlocked all technology here. So our explosive damage upgrades will affect the rockets in this, and then the shooting speed as well. You can see the default shooting speed is 0.8, and then the additional 2.72 is from the upgrades I have from the tech. The minimum range, so these do have a minimum range, is 15, and the max range is 32. If you mouse over it, you can see the minimum range there is a part that's not green on the inside, and then the max range is out there. So it's decent. I kind of would like them to have a little longer range, to be honest with you. I think it is longer technically than the laser turret by a bit. So I spawned some biters up here, and we're going to aggro them in and see what happens. I actually did a test with this once already, and it did not go well. They were not as good as I thought. So these ones are loaded with explosive rockets, actually, which can actually be kind of detrimental because, as you can see there, it actually caused them to destroy the walls and themselves in a way. Because it shot the rocket when the biter was still in range, and the rocket followed the biter to the wall, and it blew everything up. So I would kind of recommend not using explosive rockets in these. If we go ahead and take the rockets out and then just really quickly rebuild this wall and rebuild these, and I try it here with just normal rockets, we can try this again, and I imagine it will go a bit better. Now there are less biters than the first time, but this theoretically shouldn't really do as much damage to the wall. You can see it works significantly better with normal rockets. It does use them quite quickly. But this would be pretty good. Now I'm going to do one more test. You can load nukes in these. I don't think it would be a very good idea, as you might imagine. Now, what is quite interesting, actually, though, is when you put the nuke in here, it actually changes the range. That's like definitely more than this. So that's actually interesting. I wouldn't have expected that. So I'm going to run past this. I'm probably going to die because it's, well, a nuke. But you can do that if you want. Now, if you have enough head start on something, or they just attack, you probably could do this, but I think it's just going to blow itself up, potentially. Yeah, so depending where it shoots, it'll blow itself up and anything around it. But if you do decide you want to try nukes, you can go ahead and do that. So there we go. That's the mod. It unlocks with its own research here. You can see rocket turret here. It unlocks just with red, green, and military pretty early on. And then in terms of settings, if we take a look, there are no settings for it, but that is kind of an interesting note that the nuke has increased range. I'm actually curious now really quick if the explosive rocket has greater range. I don't think so. I don't think so. Anyway, that's my guys. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. If you have any questions, leave them down below. Any thoughts as well, there's a link, as always, to the mod portal page for this in the description of this video, so you can check it out. If you did enjoy, a like is also appreciated. And if you're new to the channel, feel free to subscribe to keep up with all future content. And until next time, I look forward to seeing you all, and do take care.